We all know the bittersweet feeling when the summer is over and all we're left with is yellow-brown leaves, cold winds and coats, especially if you live in the Nordic climate like me. But they're not all bad things that happen in this upcoming autumn and winter time. I mean, you can wear some great winter fragrances, some creamy, some sweet and some spicy fragrances. But those fragrances, I guess you already have taken out your closet right now and are starting to wear already. But today I'm going to recommend 5 blue type of fragrances that you might not have used in these upcoming months before. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, the first one I have to mention in this list is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. This to me is one of the most classic staple fragrances that has ever been made. And I choose Eau de Parfum before the original Eau de Toilette because I think this has a better roundness, a little bit more maturity for a little bit more classy and mature man, that you can wear this both in spring, summer, autumn and winter basically. So I'm really happy when I discovered this fragrance, and especially the Eau de Parfum. The Parfum is also a great concentration, but to me this is the best blend between the freshness and also the warm and sweetness. So this is a fragrance for the mature man. This is a fragrance for the classy man. It smells expensive all around. It is expensive to purchase this one, but I think if you are going to have one great fragrance in your arsenal and you love the blue fragrances, invest in this fragrance because it is long lasting. You get great compliments. Okay, everyone talks about it. It's, you know, overused basically, but it doesn't matter. It's a classic, you know. To me, this smells like a man that is on the go to conquer new things in his life. This is a hopeful fragrance, hoping for something more, and gets you that drive to pursue your dreams basically and to do something else. If you're stuck in one place, when I feel this fragrance, I like, oh okay, I spray this on and I get like a confidence boost basically, but like I want to do something more. Like stop watching TV, stop doing unimportant stuff, just go out there and do you, wherever you are in the world. So Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum is the first recommendation. Next up on this list, guys, is a niche fragrance. I had to include this one as well. This is from Parfums de Marly and it's called Percival. This is a sweet fragrance, but also a blue fragrance. It is seductive, but also pretty straightforward. It has some designer type of smell to it, and I know a lot of people compare it to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. But I think the quality in this is much better. It's much better, it's more creamy. It's longer lasting, of course. I get like 8 to 10 hours with this fragrance on my skin, and it copes good with the cold winds in some weird way. I get a whiff of this fragrance when it's pretty windy outside and when the temperature is dropping here in Sweden. This stays on my skin and get a nice whiff with the cold air. I don't know how it works actually with the skin chemistry with this fragrance, but if you have the money and you want something a little bit more niche type of smelling, but not super niche, if you get what I'm saying, it's the dry down that this fragrance really shines, I feel. Depending on your skin and your skin chemistry, this could develop to so many different type of scents. I think this is something that you can wear when you're walking like in a park in the woods, maybe with a girlfriend or a friend, taking a coffee outside and just having a good time. It's a casual vibe. I feel younger when I smell it because it has some playfulness to it as well, which I really like. This you could wear like basically from when you are 18 to when you are like 40, I feel. That's a perfect age span. And it makes you more playful. It makes you feel like you have the world in front of you, even though your youth is past, you know, your youth is behind you. it's not trying to be something that is not. That's the thing that I like with this fragrance. It has niche qualities, but it doesn't try to, you know, complicate things. It's not complex, but the scent itself, how they develop the scent is complex, but not the smell. So, you know, you have to live with this scent a bit before you can start to appreciate it. So yeah, that's a great one. Next up is this guy. I call it the Swiss Army knife of fragrances, because I feel this also can work in both summer and autumn and winter time. This smells pretty mature to me. So if you are a younger guy, maybe other alternatives are better for you. But if you are a little bit more mature, I say from 25 and up, I think this is a great all-around fragrance that girls really like. I think it's a great warmth in this with the amber and also the blue freshness that you get from this fragrance. Great bang for your buck, great smelling, great longevity. Even though it's a blue fragrance, it smells super great. It's pretty masculine, but it's also really easy to like. It's not masculine in a way that you are wearing something really smoky or something with a whiskey note in it that can be pretty offensive to a lot of people. What I like with this one is that it is, while it's still very masculine smelling, it is also super easy to like and a compliment getter. Girls really love this smell, especially if you are a little bit more mature guy. Maybe you're wearing a suit or something a little bit more dressed up. It doesn't smell super casual, but it doesn't smell super overdressed as well. So it's somewhere, you know, somewhere in the middle, I feel, with this one. Another fragrance on this list is one that is super underrated in this community, I feel, and this is Dior Homme Sport. I don't know if you can typically call this a blue and fresh fragrance, but it has some fresh nuances that I have added to the original Dior Homme DNA. And you know that Dior Homme is a very, very sensual and seductive and creamy type of fragrance. But this is brightened up a bit, but it's still really good and creamy when it dries down on your skin. But in the opening of this fragrance, you feel some invigorating blast of some ginger notes and also some other freshness. So if you want something in the line of Dior Homme, but you don't really want that heavy base, then you should really try this one. And it is very rounded, it's a compliment getter as well, and it is a little bit more pricey than your average designer fragrance, of course, but it is also a little bit more luxurious smelling than your original blue type of fragrance. So when you first get this on your body, it might smell a little bit generic, if I'm gonna be honest, in the first spray. But then something happens when it develops with your skin chemistry, as a lot of other fragrances do that I mentioned in this video. So this becomes a little bit more creamy, almost a little bit vanilla-like, but not in the heavy like tonka bean sense. This is more creamy, rounded, and very sensual and seductive. So this one is a great fragrance also in the upcoming autumn and winter months. So try Dior Homme Sport if you want a great alternative to the other pretty boring designer fragrances. The last one for today, guys, is actually a super popular spring and summer fragrance, but I feel like this smells like a Milan airport in the winter time, and this is Giorgio Armani Acqua di Joe Profondo. Pretty new release, I think it's 2 years old now. Really mineral type of smell, but I feel like this smells like a dressed up businessman in the Milan airport in Italy. It's going someplace in the winter time. This is a very fresh and masculine type of fragrance that works in any type of situation, but it also works in the autumn. If you're going to wear this in the winter time, heavy winter time, I recommend that you spray a little bit more because it is weaker than the other fragrances that I mentioned in this list so far. But nonetheless, this is a really good fragrance that you can wear whenever you want, basically. It's a masculine staple that I think it's great to have in all guys' like fragrance wardrobe, if you can put it like that. So this one, business smell in the middle of the winter in Milan. That's what I get from this one. And it's a great fragrance, but I don't really suggest younger guys to wear this if you are like 18 to 24. I don't feel that this is a typical casual fragrance in the winter time. This is more a little bit dressed up business occasion fragrance in the winter time. If you're going on a trip, for example, if you're going on a plane, you want something that is really mass appealing and easy to like. You can have this one when you're traveling, for example, because it's not so heavy projecting. Everyone is gonna like it. It smells professional, it smells clean, it smells mature. So if you are traveling a lot now in this upcoming winter time and autumn now, when a lot of restriction, when there's not a lot of restrictions left, especially if you're fully vaccinated, then this is a great fragrance for the traveling businessman, I feel, in his mid-30s to 50s. I feel it's a great age span for this one. So that was this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time.